Welcome back one and all to some more Distant Worlds universe. It's time for the game to start actually moving along and getting heated up here. Well, I shouldn't say heated up. Once we start locating new empires, it'll probably get a little more heated, but it's time for us to jump in and at least start exploring our solar system and getting ready to head out to the various other solar systems in the area. Now you'll see I already am almost halfway on my, well, not almost, I'm a little over a quarter of a way. So that's how fast that can actually move once you do the crash research. It starts moving pretty quickly. You'll see that kind of start jumping up, you know, a couple percent at a time. But aside from that, we've basically just got exploration ships heading around and exploring various areas. Now, something I didn't explain last time that I kind of want to explain this time, something that the Bacon mod actually introduces, and this is something called gravity wells. Now, basically what it means is every star has a gravity well, and a ship cannot hyperdrive, from what I understand. They cannot hyperdrive within the realm of a gravity well. They have to fly to the outside of the gravity well before they can jump. You might be familiar with this mechanic because another game does it or something like it called Stellaris. So that's pretty cool. I actually think it'd be a really cool vanilla feature of Distant Worlds Universe 2. It works really well in this one. It basically allows you can't really just jump hyperdrive all around your system. You gotta kind of slow boat it sometimes and then sometimes use the hyperdrive. It basically makes it so that once you get hyperdrive, engines aren't completely useless. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's really unique is each star actually has its own gravity well based off the type of star it is, and we got lucky. Our starting star has a very small gravity well, but for example, with my practice game I did, my gravity well was all the way out to the last ring. So we're in a pretty good spot. Now we've constructed our first mining station, a gas mining station over top of this gas giant. That's pretty handy. In fact, it's not technically a gas mining station, it's just a mining station. I've seen people make gas mining stations and just regular mining stations before, split them up. You can pretty much do whatever you want. You can make all your own designs. The game kind of just lets you have free reign of a lot of things, but for now I'll just kind of go with what some of the basic stuff is started with. Now this actually has no fuel, no energy or anything like that. It hasn't actually been started, and so we should see a freighter. Here comes a small freighter right now with fuel to start the gas mining operation. That's how awesome this game is. I'm sorry, I just get psyched about stuff like that. It's something so small, and everybody's like, Samounts, why do you get so excited about those small little details? But it's because no other freaking game does anything like this. So it's like, okay, we built a gas mining station. Is it just mining gas right now? Well, no, it's not, because it doesn't have the fuel to run its pumps to mine the gas. Eventually, once the fuel is topped off and it starts mining its own gas, it can burn the gas it mines to mine more gas. And it doesn't burn it at a 1-to-1 ratio. The amount of fuel it consumes is significantly less than the amount of fuel it pumps. So not a huge deal. It will run for itself once it does get that freighter of Caisson there. But something really unique too, eventually we can get energy collectors, and depending on how close or how far you are from the sun, you can use solar energy to eventually power all your stations so that they don't need fuel. Because obviously, if we say put a mining station here, and then mining station's mining steel, well, it's going to have to be topped off with fuel to run those drilling rigs, and that means freighters will have to keep delivering the fuel. So if we put energy collectors on there, then it won't need fuel anymore. But that's a little bit later on. We're going to go for energy collectors pretty quickly, actually. But watch. Here comes the freighter ship. He's carrying some Caisson. He's going to deliver it. He'll unload it to the mining station, and then it'll start mining. It's the little things, really, that make Distant Worlds Universe so special. And there he's going. He's burning fuel right now as he mines, but he is mining. We'll see some freighter ships heading that way to pick Caisson up here in a bit. So we've discovered hyperspace technology, which is awesome. And immediately we're going to go into here, go into energy because we have no project selected, and we're going to select a project. Heck, I'm almost tempted to go with energy collectors. Why don't we do that now and just get it out of the way? And heck, I'm almost tempted to rush energy collectors just to keep me that much further ahead. 30,000 credits, let's do it. And the next big thing is now we have hyperdrives. So, like I showed you before, the private ships should automatically upgrade themselves and retrofit themselves for hyperdrives. But our state ships, they will not do that because I'm going to be controlling them manually. So the first thing I want to do is go to the exploration ship, and I want to go ahead and manually upgrade the design. It does switch it to a Mark II for the name automatically for you, but I'm going to go ahead and just backspace that. I only have 2 exploration ships. I don't want to put the Mark II in there. Yeah, I'm actually going to get rid of the EX12 and just change it to a Pathfinder. And this is going to be essentially the Mark I of our first exploration ship with hyperdrive. So we'll put the movement warp bubble generator there. And then we'll go ahead and also put a little bit of armor on this. Oh, but real quickly, we actually need more living quarters and more life support because it's asking for that there. Now this screen is pretty complicated. If it's your first time seeing the game, just kind of follow along with me. You'll get the basics of it. Essentially, this is what's on our ship. This is what we can add to it. Ships can only be a certain amount of size. There's some stuff over here you can look at to kind of min-max your hyperspeed, your movement, stuff like that. I'll kind of go over it as I do it, but I'm not going to spend 30 minutes on just the screen alone. There's other YouTubers that have done tutorials, and I would recommend watching one of their videos. I'm not much of a tutorial person. I can kind of explain as I go, but I always forget stuff as I'm moving along. So we needed we needed life support, we needed living quarters. We got that. Now I know for a fact that this warp bubble generator does a speed of 1250. But this here currently says that our movement speed's only going to be 653. Well, why is that? We don't have enough energy to generate the full 1250. And so we can go on over here to our fission reactor and add a second one, and that'll give us our 1250 speed, okay? Now our ships have a max of 250 size. We can eventually upgrade that with technological upgrades, researches, stuff like that. But for now, we just gotta stick within the 250. Now I've got some shields. I'm gonna add some of those that pushed us over. So I'll drop down to just 2 shields. That leaves me 7 more space there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some armor just to protect our research. Now the exploration ships aren't as important for protection, but we'll actually get. Oh, you know what? I'll drop a shield and I'll drop some armor, because I'd like to add more fuel cells. That'll actually allow them to travel a lot further. And that puts us right at 250. That's excellent. This is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and save this, and that is now our new design. Same with the constructor here. I'll manually upgrade the constructor real quick. I'll change it to just constructor since it'll be our Mark I here. We'll give the constructor, now this constructor we will give some armor. The constructor here can actually have a larger size. I don't remember what the cap is. We'll probably find it here in a minute. He's already got the speed 1250. We're going to give the constructor some more hab and life because he needs it. There we go. And we'll give him some shields as well. And a little bit more. Oh, my apologies. My dog's very, she sees things outside every once in a while. A leaf blowing in the wind, a blade of grass slightly moving, and she flips out. Okay, so let's see. We've got the defense, and I wanted to do the standard armor. Sorry, I know it scares a lot of people sometimes when that happens. If it makes you feel better, it scares me too. All right, so we'll give him a little bit more armor, like I said. Actually, you know what? Let's lower the armor and give him some more. Let's see. Let's take the. He's got high construction, high-tech plant. I don't know why he's got this or what it does. The energy plant, the weapons plant. Okay, I think he needs that to build certain things. Okay, and then I definitely want him to have ion thrusters. I think I want to increase the cargo bay a little bit. Okay, he can go over. So let's increase the cargo bay too. So the price of him has definitely gone up, I'm sure. But let's go ahead and save that now. And then now we've got an escort and a destroyer. I'm not going to build military ships just yet, so we're going to hold off on those. And now the big thing, we've actually got to upgrade our ships. So we'll go over here. We can see the construction ships, both of them. They're off building something. I'm not sure what they're building. I'm going to set him to upgrade right now. And this guy's repairing that light cruiser. We could wait till he's done, but I'm not in a hurry to get the light cruiser. So let's just set him to retrofit as well. And then the exploration ship, one of them is exploring an asteroid. That's just wandering out in space. The other one is just hanging out. We'll send him to retrofit. Oh no, I sent the wrong one. Did you already export though? He did. It's got lead. Okay. So we'll just send this one to retrofit as well. So I didn't want to build a whole lot of ships in the beginning because it just makes it a pain sometimes when you're trying to get everything retrofitted at once. Now I'm going to take this light cruiser, and actually one thing I did point out in the last episode, you'll notice here we've got ourselves an asteroid belt, and sometimes these are pretty useful because they can have really good resources in them like steel, gold, and stuff like that, but it's being guarded by some space slugs. 2 space slugs to be exact. So we're going to take this, oh, did I say light cruiser? This destroyer, and we're going to send it up to fight the space slugs so we can clear these out. That way our exploration ships can explore these asteroids safely, and our mining ships can get in there and mine any resources that we might need that could be in the area. Alright, so nothing here. We do have a mining ship that's mining resources there. This has iridium and Acilia as well. Okay. Couple more mining stations out. Was there anything I wanted to build a mining station on? Dynamo crystal, steel, lead. Probably this gas giant here. I don't know about that gas giant. These ones are almost so close it doesn't make any sense. What about this one? Ah, yes. The silicone and the waconium. This is definitely going to be one that we're going to queue a mining station being built there. You can see we've already got somebody there mining, so obviously our empire has decided that the resources there are worth acquiring. And we got energy collection. Let's pause real quick. Where do I want to go next? Faster mining, faster gas extraction, enhanced maneuvering, enhanced starship engines. Let's see. Or we go for the construction size, the maximum ship size of 500. Let's get that rate out the gate. Go to high tech. We're working on colonization, then we're jumping right back down to this. I already got enhanced commerce, which gave me a 10% trade bonus. And weapons, we got enhanced beam weapons. We're going for the Maxos blasters. Okay, let's go ahead and go into design screen. We're going to switch over to state bases here. Go to the large spaceport. And we're going to upgrade this. So we're going to do a manual upgrade of design. I like LSP, but I don't like one. LSP meaning large spaceport. So we'll just change it to that. And there's not a whole lot here to really change, but I do want to do a couple of changes. One being that I want to take some of the missiles off and change it for some other weapon types. So I'm going to put a couple basic rail guns and then a lot of pulse blasters here. So that way we've got some different stuff instead of just missiles. It does need some more hab and life as well. I'm actually going to lower the amount of fuel cells some. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we're going to put energy collectors on here, so we won't need to hold as much fuel, but we're still going to want some here so we can transport it to others, so our ships can refuel here and such. Docking bays I'm fine with. Construction yards. The energy labs I'm fine with. Okay, so lowering the fuel, we actually don't have to add more living quarters, which is good. Alright, and we've got the basic sensors. So let's go up now. We need shields. Let's do 10 shields. Let's do 25 armor for now. That's really, really, really beefy. But we don't want to lose this. This is like the most important thing in the game right now. It's literally our lifeblood of our civilization. It's the only thing we have that can build ships. besides the planet, which can only make like construction ships. And then now if we take a look, you can see up here, it takes a certain amount of fuel to run this, and energy, static energy usage and excess energy output, meaning that its reactor output is burning 1100 and its static energy usage 319, its excess energy output 831. So we could actually probably take a reactor off. Because we really don't need that many reactors, but I think it's actually going to hurt us if I'm lowering this. Energy storage. All right, so we'll just offset that a little bit. So less reactors makes it a little bit cheaper and stuff, and we might actually be able to reduce crew and life support. Yeah, by 1. But then we might be upgrading it again because I'm going to put energy collectors on here. And it says right here, energy collection. What we're basically going to try to do is we're going to try to get the energy collection up to the static energy usage. So that way this station's not burning any fuel, which means more fuel for our ships and the rest of our empire. So, and that is going to require more hab and life. But right there gets us pretty close. Now, however close or far you are from the sun can actually have an effect on this. So just keep that in mind. And there we go. We'll go ahead and save that. And then we're going to go down to, let's see, defensive base, high-tech research station, medium spaceport. So I'm wondering if, I haven't built any of these other ones yet, so I'm not going to mess with them yet, but I'm wondering if the mining station will go ahead. It's already retrofitting. It's already retrofitting. Have they put energy collectors on it? They haven't. They haven't yet, but they've added armor. So the private sector's already added armor. It's actually added some weapons to it. Okay, so I guess we'll wait and see what it retrofits to. All of these light transports should already have, yep, they've already got warp bubble generators. If we go to the construction yards, we could probably see the spaceport maybe has got some ships upgrading. Nope, not yet. Nothing yet, but probably soon. All right, and then I can actually take the spaceport now. If I right-click it, I can go ahead and retrofit it to the LSP for 6,900 credits. It'll upgrade it to the newer spaceport with the energy collecting and with all the new weapon systems we went ahead and put on there. All right. Ooh, but we have a shortage. We actually have a shortage of helium. Interesting. So we should see mining ships go and mine helium. We might even see some cargo ships go and pick helium up. But we've actually got helium over here. And we've got helium here. In fact, this is a way better helium gas giant. Okay, so we've encountered a lone starship in our system. It does not appear to be a hostile pirate, but rather an independent space trader. Could there be other ships like this? Might they help transport needed resources to us? Okay, so already now we're having our first kind of traders enter, and we will actually get money for these trade ships dropping resources off. Our empire will also, our private sector will also automatically buy and purchase resources we may be lacking. So that's always really, really cool. Where is the ship though? I didn't see it come in. Because this is an exploration ship coming. Oh, there he is right there. A medium freighter. He's transporting helium. There you go. So once you're lacking a resource, a ship will come in, potentially an independent ship will come in, and he will sell you the resource you need. You don't need to do anything. It all just happens in the background. It's very dynamic. So he's gonna get this helium. We are gonna buy this. It's gonna cost us some money, but I don't get to negotiate any of that. That just runs in the background. Hopefully we're getting a good price for it. A lot of that can be dependent on going into the Empire expansion here and seeing what the price of some goods are. Right now, all starting at 0.8 because the galaxy's young. Oh, there's some prices already going up though. Denaba Crystal, Adamantium, already having a higher price because there's a lack of it. All right, so we're already seeing that. And luxury resources always having a lower price. Loros fruit, Corbian spice, and Xantebia fluid being the rarest luxury resources. These ones, empires will literally fight forever for. So if we find one of those, we're making a straight gun for it, for sure. Now, how's colonization coming along? I could crash research this. We don't have the money, though. Colonization's a very, very costly research, but very useful if you can get it early on. All right, so we've got our first construction ship, or exploration ship. He's done retrofitting, right? He has done retrofitting? He don't look like he's done retrofitting. Oh, warp bubble generator. He is. Okay, that's great. So that means now we can set him on automate and he'll start exploring nearby star systems. Now, I could send him to wherever I want to, but I think I'll just have him go ahead and start exploring by himself, and we'll grab him off if we think there's anything in particular we'd like to check out. Pirates are offering a colony location. Establish your next colony. I say no thanks on that. I've already got 2 areas here I know I'm going to build a colony on. And once again, offering protection, which I don't want. If we find their home system, I'm actually going to blow them up. Sometimes pirates settle in really, really rich systems, so it's always worth trying to clear those systems out. So you can see that this ship right now is currently leaving the gravity well so that it can activate its hyperdrive. It'll move here. It'll face a direction that it's about to travel. It'll charge its speed, and then it'll hyper jump. And there he goes, and look how fast he's moving. That's a lot faster than just traveling by engine. Allows him to go, whoa, why is he picking there though? Out of all the places. A helium gas cloud, so that kind of makes sense. The AI might select that because, frankly, helium is in low reserve right now. We've got an oxygen. Is that the only helium? No, there's some helium gas clouds here, though. I don't know why he picked that further one. So I'm going to redirect him because I don't see any reason for him heading to that helium gas cloud there. That right there, that circle, that's his range with the current fuel tanks he has. As he runs lower on fuel, that range will decrease, so you'll get to kind of see that in action. So here's my favorite part about the game. Some 4X games, I won't mention any in particular, some 4X games do not allow you to hang out in dead space. Dead space is just a backdrop. The systems are the only places you can actually do anything in. Distant Worlds universe is special because you can go anywhere you want within dead space. Enemy faction with an empire over here to the right and you want to spy on them, don't got to worry about setting up or positioning your fleet in a nearby system where they might see it. You could park your fleet in dead space right outside their sensor range, build a station that you want to rearm and refuel your ships, build a gigantic sensor on it. You can research these proximity sensors and all these different sensors that allow you to see super far, and then you can build one outside there to spy on their movements, and they'll never know it's there unless they stumble upon it or they build sensors to find it. It's really unique. It makes Distant Worlds universe better than any other 4X game I've ever played because you can utilize dead space to your strategic advantage. Now, obviously, in this particular playthrough, we don't have a lot of dead space. So it's going to be tricky trying to do that, but we're going to try it regardless. So I'm going to have him go ahead and explore this unknown star system here. Meanwhile, the other ship, he's already heading off to go explore as well. Looks like, though, he's really eager to explore this asteroid here, so we'll let him do that. Look how slow some of these ships move when they don't have hyperdrive. So he's getting ready to engage in combat with the slugs. Let's take a look at his weapon systems real quick. I should have looked at this probably in the beginning. I know he's got the targeted systems and stuff. He's got missiles. That's actually all he has. Oh, he's got an autocannon as well, a point defense weapon. Not sure that'll help him here, though. Let's see how he does in combat. He's going to engage here in a second. There we go. The yellow circle being when he's in range. All right, he's hitting the slug. The slug doesn't even know it's being shot right now, probably because he's really not close enough to pick up the slug. Well, that's perfect. Great. That's what I wanted. Awesome. So the missiles allowed us to stay far enough away to be able to engage the slug without really aggroing it. Now, this slug here has been somewhat aggroed. He knows he's being shot. We're doing good damage. They're very slow. All right, so we'll have him done here as well. You can see the ship's already maneuvering away because he knew he had him dead. And now our exploration ships can actually explore these asteroids here. Oh, there he goes. He's actually managed to be able to leave the well far enough that he can jump over. No gravity well looks like it's gotten smaller. Interesting. And so he could jump over here and now explore what all of these have to offer. And now we've got more research. So let's see. What do we got? So we got energy collectors. We did get space construction, increasing our construction speed and our maximum ship size. I'm probably going to want to take advantage of that now and start setting up my, basically start setting up my, combat ships, because you really can't build your first combat ships without a maximum ship size of 500. You can, but they're really not that great. Now, I could jump up to something else, or I could try to head here to the accelerated construction. That's a wonder. It gives you colony development plus 20%, but a construction speed of 100%. It's pretty useful. I'm almost thinking I want to head to that and get it. So why don't we do that? Improvements to construction, energy plant, high-tech plant. So this will increase capacity for constructions and stuff. And then we can go right for accelerated construction. Try and grab that just like we're trying to grab the trade bazaar here, which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and cancel colonization for now. We can always come back to it and restart the progress. And I'm going to keep working towards the open trade network, because we're trying to actually win the game for once. And I want to be able to pick those things up. Now, how is... I want to take a look at the construction yard screen. So we've got a couple of ships being built still. The private sector hard at work. I am going to want to build some more construction ships in a bit. I do want this construction ship, which isn't doing anything, to go ahead and continue repairing this light cruiser. These are the only military ships we currently have anyway. I'll go ahead and put this military ship back in orbit around our star system, or our main colony, to protect it. And now we've got a colony ship, or a exploration ship here. He's coming in to probably refuel or something. Oh, he's actually escaping the giant... Oh, giant Kelter. Where? Where did we get a giant Keltor? Oh, no way. Oh, it actually flew into our system, a giant Kelter. Basically, a gigantic, like... I don't even know, like, space scorpion. They're terrible. All right, we'll sick our fighting ship on that. Giant Kelters are actually nothing to mess with. Hopefully we actually win that combat. How is exploring this going? All right, so our current ship is going around and exploring. We've got more space slugs. He's already found a planet with some lead, some steel, some more steel. Oh, we're being attacked by pirates. 2 pirate ships this time. All right, let's slow it down and see how we do. We've got ourselves a heavy cruiser, wow, already, and a destroyer. We might have to pay these guys off if it looks like they're going to win. It's a good thing we upgraded our spaceport. Did it end up actually finishing the upgrade? It did. So it's a lot better than it was before. All right, and we won the combat, but that could have been super risky. So I think it's time, guys, for us to start building our first military fleet. Let's go into the design screen here, up to the state ships, and we're going to start building escorts. Escorts are like your basic ship. They're usually fast. I mean, you can design any ship the way you want it. Escorts don't have to be fast. They can be whatever you want. They just give you these ship options here just so you can kind of differentiate between the different ones. But ultimately, you can do whatever you want with them and make them whatever you want. I always like to make escorts really fast. They fly right in. They close the gap quickly with the enemy. They've got lots of short range, very powerful weapons, and they just blast everything apart with those. And then like my destroyers, I usually like to make my missile boats with lots of missiles and torpedoes. And I like my light cruisers and my heavy cruisers to be like, more longer range kind of firing weapons, gravitic weapons, area weapons, stuff like that. Sometimes I turn my heavy cruisers into things like space aircraft carriers, stuff like that for fighters. So there's a lot of flexibility here, which is always really cool. I like the Venator for the name, so I'm going to keep that, but I'm actually going to call it, I think I'm going to call it Venator, maybe, well, I'll just call it Venator for now. Eventually we can do something else if we want to. Well, now we've got a size of 500. Remember, like I said before, every component you add does increase the price. So even though we can make it size 500, sometimes it's not worth it if it's going to cost a fortune to not only buy it, but to also maintenance it, because each ship has a maintenance cost, just literally just existing cost. So we're going to do defense standard armor. We need to put warp drive on it. We need more hab and life, but I'll go ahead and balance all of that out once I've finished everything else. Let's go ahead and take the missiles off. This is not going to be a missile type fighter. This is going to be blasters. And we're going to go ahead and equip 15 blasters. That's enough to do 145 firepower now. Let's see, what else was it? So 10 defense standard armor, and then I'd like to do 5 shields. It actually makes it kind of tanky. Maybe a little bit more defense, but I might not go further than that. A purchase price of almost 5,000 with a maintenance cost of almost 1,000. Pretty expensive this early on in the game. Let's take some shields off. Let's take 5 of the blasters off. Oh, I accidentally put 5 of these. I did not mean to do that. We only need 1 of those. That was probably most of the cost. I wouldn't mind adding more engines, though, to make it a little bit faster, and directional jets. Engines actually increase things like cruise and sprint. Directional jets will increase its turn rate. Every ship's got a turn rate. I'd like to get that to 14 degrees a second. Not worried about the fuel cells. In fact, I'll lower those down for now to save cost. I do need more hab and life. I'm going to take 5 armor off and 1 more shield for now, actually. So not super strong, but at least 3,000. I wanted to keep it around a maintenance cost of 500. This is pretty close. I think I'm happy with this. 261, so not utilizing the full size capability yet, but at least getting that research allowed us to go over 250, which makes a difference. Now it says we actually are lacking a supply. Required resources, gold, helium, lead, and uranium. So we're going to want to start locating some of those, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. But we're going to save this here. It's the Venator. And we're going to queue a couple to be built. We'll go right into the build order screen. The AI is probably going to be recommending I build a ridiculous amount. They always do at this point in the game. But I like to take things a lot slower in terms of that. Actually, they're only recommending 3. I'm actually going to build 5. So we're going to do that. 15,000 purchase cost with a maintenance cost of 3,000. Going to eat some of our cash flow. But it's going to be worth it for that little bit of defense. Now, some other things. You saw there were some resources we're lacking. If we go into the expansion planner, we can actually click on this and we can see unfulfilled resources, and we can see some stuff we're lacking. Now, I did say gold and stuff like that was kind of low. We do have some in our stash currently. We don't have any sources for it, though. So if you go over to sources, you'll see where you've got mining stations and where you don't. We've got chromium. We've got, actually, we'll sort it like this. We've got silicone, because I had that queued up to be built. We've got necro stone. We've got a bunch of other stuff. There's the waconium, which is nice. And if we click on it, we can see what components they're used to build. So gold was one of the really big ones we actually needed. So let's go back to unfulfilled, or maybe in transit. It's the best way to sort this. Right, there's gold. Gold's used to build a lot, especially a lot of early game stuff, and like the Maxos blasters take a lot of gold, torpedoes take a lot of gold, all of the shields take gold. So gold energy collectors, it's pretty important. All right, so we want to find gold. There's one really good way to do that. One is we can click on here and we can go to resource targets by galaxy priority or resource targets by your empire priority. And we can go to gold here. And then it'll show us the closest gold. Let's do galaxy priority. It'll show us the closest gold that, you know, is above a certain amount or makes sense. If we click show asteroids, it'll show us a couple asteroids that have gold. We've got a 58, a 35, a 27, but that's also got steel and lead. A 38, but that's got a lot of steel. So this actually is pretty good. Actually, that's not bad. So we can send a mining ship to build it, or we can actually go to it and see where it is. So it's right here somewhere. It's one of these. That one's got gold. There it is. And it's in our home system. So, well, building a mining station in an asteroid might seem silly because they're so small. When you've got this much gold and steel, it's usually worth it. So we're going to go ahead and build a mining station there, start mining that. So that way our freighters can go and pick all of that up. This one here obviously also being worth getting a mining station up for, in my opinion, even though it's so close to our home planet because it literally orbits our planet. It's got gold, it's got lead, it's got steel. It's all resources we're gonna use. Lead, steel, Deneba crystal was another one that was actually pretty important. I think we're gonna want a mining station on that as well. And now we should see some of the construction ships going out and doing that. How is the exploration ships doing? Have I not set them to actually explore themselves? Let me go ahead and queue that back up so he'll continue exploring. And the other ship is still exploring random asteroids in the system. In my home system, interesting. So what's this one got? Oh, that's got 52 gold as well. I think he's literally heading to this one. So they will just explore asteroids. Okay. Which is no big deal. Because sometimes asteroids got really good stuff. But that means we're going to need more exploration ships. In fact, the game recommends 28. I'm not going to build 28. I'm going to build 4 more though. I never build 28. Usually don't need 28. If you want to play a super aggressive start, then maybe it's not a bad idea. But a lot of times I just go ahead and build a couple of them because I can manage them a little bit better. I kind of want to direct them on where I want them to explore because strategically there might be certain systems around me that there's things I want. Like, for example, I'd like to explore these. We got argon, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and argon. These might have really good gases in there we want to get. We might want to do this supernova star, could have some really good stuff. We do want to get a black hole at some point because they're always really good places to build research stations. So probably that black hole there. Our empire is probably going to be confided to like this sort of the center. I think I'd like to secure the center in general. I think I'd like to just build a circle around the entire center and just have the center be my home. I think that makes sense. How are we doing here, by the way? So he's on the move. I don't know what he's thinking because there's stuff there he really can't deal with yet. 20%. This has a 24% bonus to energy research. But he hasn't explored. There's an ice moon. He hasn't explored any of this other stuff. Nothing that can be colonized. He hasn't explored anything here, really. Besides this. And this. Well, once we get our escort ships, we'll send them over to fight those slugs. We'll have warp drives so they can warp right in on that. Do all sorts of damage. Construction ships, did they retrofit at any point? I did set them both to retrofit. Yep, they got the warp bubble generator. Okay. I think we're going to want to build another construction ship too. So let's go ahead and do that and get that started. Because we got one construction ship just focusing on the light cruiser up here. And the other one can focus on... The other one can focus, or the other two can focus on mining stations. Alright, so we're exploring some more asteroids still with that one. And we are fighting the giant Keltor. He's actually trying to flee, so he's not even really fighting right now. And construction yard screen, we've got the ventinators coming along, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we've got our exploration ships all almost ready to be built. And don't forget, we've also got that captain still too. That ship captain, we might put him on a ship here. I might put him on, like, say, the destroyer or something. I haven't decided yet. Obviously, this destroyer does not have hyperdrive, so at some point we're going to want to send him down there to get him. This was a destroyer, a light cruiser. He also has no hyperdrives. And until we board him, we actually can't see anything he's got. Alright, there we go. And our military ships have been constructed. Now if we go into the... we actually go into the ships and bases screen. We can go down to military ships. See all 5 of our escorts plus the destroyer, but we're going to ignore him for now. He doesn't have a hyperdrive. We're going to click on all 5 of these, and we're going to do set fleet to new fleet. And it's going to be the first fleet. We're going to change the name of that. We'll change the name of that fleet to something else. I'll make my decision here in a second. But now all of those ships are currently part of a fleet, which is pretty cool. If we go into the fleet screen, we can see it here. So first fleet. I think this ship here, or this fleet here for now, will just be our, we'll call it our homeworld defense fleet. Or let's just call it defense fleet. Actually, yeah, just call it defense fleet for now. And it'll just focus on doing exactly that, defending. In fact, the fleet's already, since it's set to automate, it's already heading out and getting ready to fight those, there he goes. Get ready to fight that giant Keltor. Cool looking ships, by the way. And we can change the way the ships look if we want to in the design screen, but I'm pretty happy with the selected one, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, one of them actually almost made it directly there. I definitely do want them to engage. They're in the gravity well, so I guess they can't fly out of it. All right, the light cruiser we're going to send off to orbit, so that way eventually we can upgrade it. We can actually select our fleet over here. Set it to attack. Okay, one of our construction ships is done. Exploration ships are done. They're already getting... Exploration ships are already heading off. They're already leaving the system to explore nearby stars. Perfect. So we'll just allow them to do that. Pirates trying to offer protection. Psh, we don't need your protection. Alright, and this ship here I'm actually going to set to... Oh, he is set to automate. I don't know why he's choosing to explore this, but I guess that's fine. Alright, and so now one thing that'll actually make their job a little bit easier is I'd like to get the better sensors. Are those in high tech? I believe they are. Enhanced planet surveying would really be useful right now. I really want the trade bazaar though. Okay, we're going to keep gunning for the trade bazaar. In fact, I've got enough money. I'm going to crash research some of this. Trade bonus plus 15%. Trade bonus 20%. Yeah. 67,000. That's a lot, but I really want to get that. Energy. That actually already ended up having a crash research by itself, so that's cool. Which means we might get accelerated construction as well, so I want to make sure I've got enough credits to build both of those when the time comes. That'll be really useful. Alright, we're finally reaching out and expanding into further star systems. Getting ready to see what is around us. I'm going to switch direction of this ship here. Have him explore that system. Actually, you send him to explore all systems in a sector. Just have him do that. Oh. Giant Keltor. Oh, yeah, with our... Oh, no. Okay, hopefully he wins. The Giant Keltor's already pretty weak. I don't really want to lose my first escort ship. I just got him. Okay, luckily the escort ship was smart enough to leave once all of his components, or a large part of his components, got damaged. The rest of them heading in, you can see their shields aren't even fully recharged yet. Okay, now he's really getting hit, but man, Giant Keltors are no joke. Wow, actually beating my fleet. And now my ships will keep coming in and hitting him. Oh, looks like I'm going to lose that ship, though. Unless I tell him not to. But at this point, I kind of want them to. I'm already going to lose a ship. Damn, and he's regenerating health fast. Maybe I should have kept that destroyer up there to help. Well, too late now. He's too far away. Wow. Alright. Well, we're going to hold off on that because he's just wrecking me. Like I said, Giant Keltors are no joke. We'll grab our fleet. Send them to repair. They've earned a repair. Oh, we got a heavy cruiser though. We've investigated an abandoned heavy cruiser at location in Sector B2. It appears to be in good working order. We boarded and took control of it. It's got advanced technology, and it revealed intriguing information displaying on the main screen navigational directions pointing to a gas giant planet in Eridos 2 in the Eridos system in Sector C3. All right, well that's cool. We'll have to investigate that. Now, where did we find that? Was that this system here? Or was that the ship we repaired here? Where was that ship? Wow, in that system there, a heavy cruiser. That's awesome. Does it have a hyperdrive? It's got a firepower of 160. That's excellent. Okay, I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Guys, I think a heavy cruiser. I think we just found our flagship. He's a Jerix hyperdrive, 3,500 speed. He's twice as fast. No, almost 3 times as fast as our other ships. Oh yeah, he's got a Shadow Ghost ECM, a Raptor targeting system. He's got Firestorm torpedoes, some troops, some fighters, Megatron Z4 shields, pulse blasters, and standard armor. Very, very good find, guys. Very good find. Okay, we're gonna go into the ship screen here. Grab him up and set him to the defense fleet. Go into the fleet here. Hit repair and refuel. He should head off and go join them now. Leave fleet, load troops in nearest colony, escape from attackers. We definitely don't want to make sure we don't retrofit him, or it'll downgrade him. All right, I want to see how fast he moves. Where is he going, though? Oh, he's got to leave the well. Okay, so we just got a couple of other things. We're also being attacked by pirates, attacking our mining ships, but he's going to head in on some of our stations. Okay, what else? See, things start happening very fast in this game, guys. Very, very fast. I've already got a construction ship coming to... Construction, building an energy research station. Okay, I'm fine with that. So that construction ship's actually set to automate. Are they all set to automate? I usually like to have at least 1 or 2 that are set to automate. So I've got one that's set to automate, which I'm fine with, so we'll let him just do his thing. The other 2, I definitely want to have more control of. So that energy research, yeah, it's going to be useful there. Oh, some Aculon, some more Aculon, good find. More Caselon and some hydrogen. That's another fuel gas giant. Iridium and uranium. We do need uranium for a couple of things. All right. Very good. What did we find here? Oh, a small spaceport that's damaged. Okay, we could capture that at some point. Did we already explore this star system? Doesn't look like it. A couple of things here. Okay. Still nothing here but the light cruiser. Good find, though. Nonetheless, good find. That light cruiser will make a huge difference. We fought the pirates off pretty easily. It's just the giant Keltor now, which is being attacking a mining ship. Oh, he's gonna catch it. He's actually going to catch it. He's gonna kill a private sector mining ship. Oh, that's too bad. That's all right. That means they have to build more mining ships. I guess more money for me. Kind of a cynical way to look at it, but hey, the game lets you look at it like that. So, okay, so I've got a couple. If I go into the character screens, I got a couple people now. I've got a fleet admiral who's commanding my defense fleet. I'm good with that, so we'll see how he does. We've got a troop general. We'll go ahead and put him on the home planet for now. I've got an ambassador, but we haven't discovered any other nations, so we can't work on relations just yet. We do have a scientist with a weapons research bonus, so let's put him on our spaceport, and we'll get this research bonus with that. Weapons research bonus, that's really good. And then I've got a ship captain. I'm going to go ahead and put him on the Tenacious Arrow. That is going to now be my flagship. It'll give that ship the hyper jump speed bonus. It'll reduce the ship maintenance cost, increase targeting, countermeasure ship maneuvering, and shield recharge rate. Make that ship even better than it already is by having that commander on it. Alright, and then I'm going to go into the build order screen, and we're going to build some more escorts since I already lost 2 of them. And now that we're getting visited by more pirates and stuff, it might be something we want to do. So I'm going to build 9 escorts. Or no, I'm sorry, we already have 3. So I'm going to build 6 escorts, and then we'll have the 1 ship. That'll be our flagship for a total of 10 in a fleet. I can't wait to see how fast this guy moves once he gets out of here. And we completed our research in enhanced construction. So we should be working towards, let's see. Maximus Blasters is taking a while. 74,000, okay. Alright, we'll hold off on that. I do want to get better missiles at some point. Accelerated construction. So that's what we're working on next. 156,000. I'm so tempted to spend it, because then we can build that for 50,000 credits and give us that colony development bonus and that construction speed bonus. That'd be really, really useful. But I really got to get colonization down here as well. Keynesian economics, psychomathematics, and then open trade network. Maybe we'll crash research colonization. That's what we'll do. I think that makes the most sense. Alright, but I'm going to leave it off here. Nice long episode again. Since the game takes a while to get into, I like to do these longer episodes in the beginning just to kind of make sure we're really getting into it. I'm really sinking you guys into this. I hope you are getting just as sucked in as I am with the game. Wait till we start finding our first empires and stuff. Things are going to be crazy. Oh, and there is that sector. Or that ping there, the thing they wanted to us explore, to investigate. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. That's a big deal. There could be anything there. There could be abandoned ships, an abandoned space station. There could be all sorts of stuff. We're definitely going to want to check that out. All the way down in this system. That's quite the haul. Just real quickly. Our exploration ships just outside of range. This is the distance they can travel, but the problem is if you want to be able to have enough fuel to get there and get back, then you have to have double this. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make that travel till we either put more fuel tanks on our ships or we research better fuel tanks. I believe that's under energy? Must be under high tech, actually. And I'm going for the trade bazaar, too. Yeah, enhanced life support. Right there. Enhanced storage systems, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm just so zeroed in on tunnel vision on this. I can't possibly risk it right now, but that's okay. This will still be there when we're ready to check it out later on. So definitely something we're going to want to do. I want to thank you all for joining me for this one, though. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next time.